All right. It looks like everything's live. I think I can hear myself. Yep, I can hear myself. That means you can probably hear me. That means, of course, Audacity, you're being a little bitch and not recording. Ugh. The joys of being a one-man show and a, solo producer type person dealy thingy here. Got plenty we're going to talk about here. Audio setup, host, yes. Playback. I don't care about recording. How about that one? Hey, now I'm recording the audio. Yay, one man producer here, broadcasting live on Twitch, YouTube, and all that other fun stuff here. Now, we've got to get into this. There's so much to talk about here, mostly with the DGPT/DGN, but there are a couple things I have to talk about before we get into that. And that is first, our sponsor Log. What rolls downstairs? A loner in pairs rolls over your neighbor's dog. What's great for a snack and it fits on your back? It's Log, Log, Log. It's big, it's heavy, it's wood. It's better than bad, it's good. Everyone loves a log. You're going to love it, Log. Come on and get your log. Log from Blammo. Now, Jake asks a great question here. If you kick a tree after a bad kick and it falls, is Treesus apologizing, or are you forever doomed with bad tree kicks? Ooh, that is a great question. And I think we're going to have to work out in the realm of Treesus and disc golf and whatnot. I think we have to incorporate some AI. What's the A stand for? And the I. That is a deep cut right there. Red versus blue. Actually, it's blue versus red. Nobody says it the other way. I think, that's a tough question there. I think ChatGPT is going to have to help us out with that one, but that will be a later thing, and maybe a for funsy video. I don't know. Toying around with some ideas of like behind the scene type deal. Who knows? I don't know. Still working this out. Still enjoying doing the YouTubes, doing the live streams, getting back. This is like the third, fourth week in a row, something like that. I don't remember. It's all fun and games until somebody loses a finger or a wiener. I don't know. Somebody had that on a shirt once, and their hot dog fell in the campfire. We got plenty of stuff to talk about. The videos this week have been a little light and a little all over the place. If you haven't noticed that is definitely kind of what's happening. And no, YouTube, I want live chat, not top chat. I like to see who's actually been, talking to me recently. YouTube, I love you, hate you. It's great. It's an abusive relationship. We love each other and hate each other. YouTube hits because they love. That's how it goes. That's really how it goes. But this week, it's been kind of a slow news week-ish. It's also been an absolutely mind-blowing, hectic week because I have been dealing with my daughter is teething and molars are coming in. And any of you who are parents know exactly what that means. That means a lot of crying, a lot of antsiness, a lot of pain, and not a lot you can do with that. So I've been trying to take care of my daughter to the best of my abilities. Speaking of which, the monitor fell over. Yay. Hashtag dad life. Love it. Sound asleep. For now. Knock on wood. Knocking on wood. Because, oh God. Yeah, so dealing with that and just trying to take care of her, make her feel the best I can. When I was growing up, the way you fixed teething issues was a little whiskey on the gums, and that is not allowed anymore. That will get me sent to jail. So we have this awesome teething medication that we give her. That's I don't know. It works. She loves it. And yeah. And yeah. Gotta love Aunt Susan ROG. Can't say the rest of her name. I actually don't know that reference. I apologize for that one. Usually I'm pretty up on top of this stuff. But yes, lost my train of thought. Oh, yes. So we're giving her teething medication. Works pretty great. It's this great over-the-counter stuff. It is not whiskey. I promise you that. I love my children. And I love, having them. Please don't report me, CPS. Oh, yes, her. Ha ha ha. Yes. And yes, I think I know her last name. I mix it up because going to school in grade school, there was a family with a very similar last name, and I don't want to accidentally say that. It's not the same people, trust me, but yeah, it is. It is interesting. She is something. That's about all I can say. Woo! YouTube, yay! There's all that fun stuff. Being a small one-man operation, I can freely flow. Being a large corporation like that, YouTube, not so much. So plenty of stuff going on there. On top of all that, I'm working on the studio/home theater all in one shot. Maybe I'll do one of those studio theater tour thingies that is popular on the YouTubes. The kids like it. Actually, it's kind of fun. But I'm making my own sound panel poster things that have had different movie posters printed to fabric, and that is taking a lot of time because I'm being Mr. Ron Swanson and woodworking and making frames that will be covered up and all that fun jazz. So personal life outside of disc golf has been absolutely hectic. It is combined with a slow-ish news week. Talked a little bit about the whole Paul Macbeth stuff and what was going on with that. I think we're kind of past that there, I think. I don't know. We'll see. Who knows? I don't know. But let's move on to some other DGPT / DGN news here, which is the 2022 DGPT Championship recap show to air on ESPN2. This comes straight from the Disc Golf Pro Tour website. So, the Disc Golf Pro Tour is pleased to announce the finalization of an agreement with ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports broadcasting. It feels like they have to say that. It's like, duh, it's ESPN, but I feel like ESPN's like, if you ever talk about us, you have to say this, or else. To air a 1-hour segment on ESPN2 that tells the story of the 2022 Disc Golf Pro Tour Championship presented by Barbasol. The broadcast will take place on Sunday, February 5th, so if you are watching this live, it's coming up here in 2 days. If you are listening to this after the fact, well, it's probably past. And it can be viewed on ESPN2. The broadcast will feature a recut final episode of the Disc Golf Network's on-tour docuseries focusing on the culmination of the 2022 season at the DGPT Championship and will include some action from the finals of the PDGA Pro Major of the year, the United States Disc Golf Championship, or USDGC. Now, I guess I'll finish reading these first two paragraphs here. Disc Golf Network, the media arm of the DGPT, worked with Bluefoot Entertainment to produce the show. I honestly have not watched any of the on-tour stuff. I feel like I should. It sounds like it's been pretty decent, but if they are... This sounds like it's going to be an absolute clusterfuck, for lack of a better way to put it. It sounds like it is going to be a cluster because they're going to, in 1 hour, I don't know if it's with or without commercials. I'm going to assume with commercials. So 45 minutes, give or take. You've got 45 minutes of talking about whatever the on tour talked about, which is probably, the day leading up to it, some practice rounds and all the drama with that. The actual DGPT final round. And then on top of that, USDGC sprinkled in. Like, I'm going to give it a chance. My in-laws have ESPN and ESPN2, and I think ESPN 8, the Ocho. But I'm going to try to watch it. I'm going to see if I can get a hold of it and try to watch it. It just sounds like that's going to be not the best product in the world. I don't know what you guys think, but it just sounds like if we're going to be watching part of On Tour, like 15 minutes of On Tour, 15 minutes of the DGPT championship, and 15 minutes of USDGC, like, what the hell? Like, I don't understand. Like, somebody help me please understand this. Discussions, I'm going to continue reading here. Discussions between the DGPT and ESPN have been ongoing since the two groups first partnered to deliver coverage of the 2020 Tour Championship. After 4 successful broadcasts together, the DGPT is excited to continue the partnership this year. Reading between the lines, ESPN is very happy to take our money. That's about it. I mean, that's it right there. They've got not much going on. It's it's kind of when the Pro Bowl is. It is in between, the playoffs ending for the NFL and the Super Bowl. I don't know. I don't want to get a strike or whatever because that's a thing or whatever. Don't need the NFL coming in and be like, you owe us money because you said the name of that game that everybody knows you're talking about. But how dare you say that because we want money, even though whatever. What's up, the king? I feel like I'm watching One Punch Man now. It's the king has entered the chat in Twitch. What up? Going straight into a quote now from Jeff Spring, the DGPT CEO and tour director. We're happy to continue to provide the disc golf content for the ESPN family of networks while our focus remains on the live content we produce for the Disc Golf Network and our subscriber family. These are meaningful opportunities to put the sport in front of a different audience. We're hopeful to deliver live coverage to ESPN in the future, which is in consideration amidst our 2023 contract negotiations. Yeah. Yeah. I don't think they get anywhere near enough audience to do that, so we're going to be paying them a lot of money. And yes, On Tour, Jake says On Tour did very little actual results-based info, mostly drama and fun side events. Worlds was covered well. It's that behind the scenes kind of stuff that just doesn't totally interest me. I mean, I guess I should give it a chance because you never know. Like, it took me a while. I got hooked on F1 Drive to Survive because that was pretty awesome, to be completely honest. And I knew nothing about F1, nothing about the drama, nothing about anything. So I guess I'll give it a chance. I pay for the service, might as well check it out. And people, the king says people are wilding out for the 6X Macbeth discs. Yes, they are. I have avoided Reddit between the 6X Macbeth and the Simon Lazadl stamps. Holy shit. I mean, they're cool. Don't get me wrong. 6X, awesome. The 6 claw marks, whatever. Somebody posted like, hey, for those of you who don't quite understand how you get 6, they put a picture of a sloth. 3-toed sloth gets 6. They're very slow 6, but hey, he's only been at it for 15 years, 10, 15 plus years. And the Lazadl stamp is, I like it, but holy crap. You cannot go on disc golf social media and not see it. I don't like how the Macbeth 6X is in Macbeth. It's just, that's a design choice, and it's not my cup of tea. It's not my thing. But that's what people are going bananas for. Absolutely bonkers. And so hopefully, speaking of a hard segue with actually no segue-ness to it. Hopefully people actually got notifications that I went live on YouTube, potentially on Twitch. I don't know. Probably, I'm assuming. Jake says, I never really liked the Discraft / Streamline embroidery, but forced myself to bad buzz. The Texas Ranger replaced it. I'm guessing to bag a buzz, and the Texas Ranger replaced it. Will you be walking with that Texas Ranger? Oh yeah. I'm old. I'm old. Chuck Norris. Oh, Chuck Norris jokes back in the day. Who'd you rather have? 100 special ops guys or Chuck Norris with a BB gun? I'm taking Chuck Norris with a BB gun. Oh no, I said the G word. Does that count? Is that gonna get me in trouble on YouTube? I'm sorry. Holy crap. All these new rules and things that I'm trying to tiptoe and dance around and hopefully, still grow the channel. Still trying to grow. I don't know. It's been a wild ride here. So there you go. If you are interested, you can always check it out. ESPN 2, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific time. Record it on your DVR or whatever. I don't know. It'll be interesting. I'm going to guess that stream is going to be like a lot of the other ones where it really isn't designed for us, for people who are in disc golf, people who know what's going on. It's going to be designed for the people who don't know disc golf and go, what the hell is that thing? I am surprised at how many people this week that I said, yes, this is disc golf. This is what this is. I had a handful of students come into my office for the first time. I work sports medicine at a high school. That's about as detailed as I'll get. And they're like, what's with all the Frisbees on the wall? I was like, well, those are the discs that, about half of them I've won. Half of them I've bought / acquired through whatever. They're just cool stamps or whatever. I don't care. I need something. I have 4 cinder block walls and they're white and it's boring as shit. And so I was like, hey, I'm going to throw some color up here and threw up a whole bunch of different discs. And then we had a work meeting, talking to people. We got to wear jeans and a sweatshirt because we are a cool company. Yeah, for our meeting. And when I did that, I of course had to wear my Joe's Disc Golf sweatshirt, which merch is coming. It is happening. It has been a nightmare to deal with, if I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. But we're getting it, working it out, trying to figure things out. A lot of things have changed. Now, we've got that. We got that going. It's going to be sweet. But wore that sweatshirt. People are like, what's disc golf? And I had to explain probably 6 or 7 times to that many different people because this was individual talking time. It was a weird setup. It was like speed dating. That was actually what it used to be called, but now it's speed meeting, and you just talk to people. A lot of fun, a lot of interesting things, and so I explained what disc golf was, and I got a few compliments from people who are like, yep, listen to the podcast for about 5 minutes. I know diddly squat about disc golf, so after a couple minutes, I just turned it off because I had no idea what the hell you were talking about. I was like, well, I don't know if that's any different than a normal day, but at least you're being honest. That's, Chuck Norris can throw a disc 1,200 feet into a headwind. I saw the show. Nice. I believe it. I absolutely believe it. And that would probably just be a putter if I'm remembering correctly. So, speaking of putters, the DGPT announces the 2023 post-production media plan. That has nothing to do with putters, but segue. Yeah. The Disc Golf Pro Tour is pleased to announce its post-production media plan for the 2023 season, in addition to continue coverage of the MPO1 Jomez will also cover FPO1 for the 2023 season. The DGPT is also pleased to announce its partnership with Gatekeeper Media, which will cover MPO2. The tour also welcomes Ace Run Pro as a year-long media partner to cover FPO2 at elite events and majors. So we've got Jomez, we've got Gatekeeper, and we've got Ace Run Pro. On top of that, Central Coast will cover MPO and FPO at all silver events. All the silvers will be covered by Central Coast. GK Pro, which used to cover FPO lead card or first card or whatever the hell you want to call it. I don't know. I don't care. The first card, the top dogs, the one that everybody wants to see. They will no longer be covering that. They will be doing, focusing on the GK Pro's Tour Series skins. So you may or may not have noticed, skins was kind of a big deal, and it happened before whatever tournament was going on, culminating in the shit show that was the big skins. And that was not on GK so much as it was on, well, God, there's so much blame to go around. There's an earlier video and an article up on joesdiscgolf.com that kind of went over that, got some feedback and some, fun stuff there. So that's that. Now they're focusing on this, and that's it. It's going to be a spectator event the day before the tournament starts. So generally speaking, on Thursdays, GK Pro Skins will be happening. You can buy your ticket and watch it. You can watch it live. This will be part of a new practice day ticketing initiative from the DGPT that will allow fans to spectate the final day of practice before each tournament starts, including access to special autograph signing sessions from the tour card players. Tour Series skins will take place at all 2023 elite events. All right. That's a good time. That's actually, I am not surprised that the DGPT is ticketing for practice rounds. It is another source of revenue, which was completely untapped. It's a totally untapped market. Fish need metal. Fish got nose goods metals, so we're going to make metals for fish, and records it on waters. There's another deep cut there. Metalocalypse. So that will be a lot of fun. That's a totally untapped market. They're going to be ticketing for that. This will also help out the pros a little bit with practice rounds to let them get one more chance to get a practice round in, hopefully without the course being overrun with people. I know, depending on the course, depending on where they were, that was kind of an issue where pros were having a hard time getting practice rounds in because of multiple different reasons, including other pros doing vlogs or practice rounds, other pros just throwing 5, 6, 7 shots, AMs, just regular locals on the field or on the course as well. So there's all that. And now it's kind of, they're trying to clamp down on that just a little bit more, which makes a lot of sense. These are pro events. That's what's going to be happening. So hopefully all that will turn into a better product. I'll be curious to see how the skins go now that this is a much bigger thing. I'll be curious if some bigger pros get into it. Who knows? I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going on, but it'll be interesting. So according to the DGPT and their post-production plan, Jomez gets a lead card for MPO FPO, which will be for Champions Cup, Worlds, USWDGC, and, all the Elite Series. Gatekeeper will have chase card for Champions Cup and Worlds. Ace Run Pro will have FPO chase card for Champions Cup, Worlds, and USWDGC. And Central Coast will have lead card for MPO FPO for all the silvers. Now, those will all be on whoever's individual YouTube channel, so that doesn't matter. You might have noticed I didn't say anything about USDGC. I talked about USWDGC. Well, Innova and US Disc Golf and whoever else you want to say, basically is just like, screw you guys. We're going to do it our own way. And so you're going to have that same extra package. I believe that USDGC will be included again in your DGN subscription. Don't quote me on that. I have not seen that written anywhere. I know that's what they did last year. It was a smart move because I paid for that extra package the year before like an idiot. I was so stupid. And it was not worth the money at all. The gold coin you got, that had a pretty cool design on it. I'll give you that. I think they gave you a rock, it was a limited edition, and it was a piece of shit. It just had USDGC in like Times New Roman bubble font, and that was it. Laziest design ever. Got to watch, sort of, the tournament. It cut out during the exciting parts because, screw you. Yeah. I think, okay, Jake says, I think GK Pro was crushed in the algorithms because FPO has less viewers. I think so. Generally speaking, yeah, FPO gets less views. I like watching FPO, but I also prefer live over post-produced. So I honestly don't watch any of them, to be completely honest. I don't watch Jomez, Gatekeeper, Ace Run, or Central Coast. I think they all do great work. It's just, I would rather consume sports live. And that's just coming from a sports background where I like watching things live. Shoot, half my job is I get paid to watch sports, and the other half is to fix the people that get broken when playing said sports. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. I think Jomez does a fantastic job with MPO. And if they can capture that lightning in a bottle again, to be able to get that with FPO, and I don't know if it will be Big Sexy commentary or Big Sexy Barry commentary or whatever permutation of the commentary that they have for MPO, if they're going to do FPO, or if they're going to try to get, Two Hot Geese, or go completely different and do something else. And just get, Elaine King or something. Yeah, no. Can I just say that the communications director, I totally misread that for a second. Sorry. Tangent. For the DGPT, I thought it was Charles McLovin. It's McCracken. Sorry. Woo! It is Friday, and my brain is all over the place, and I get to go to work tomorrow. Yeah. 6-day work week. Woo! But, yeah, so I think that will be a huge boom for FPO. Just the way they do post-production at Jomez. I did used to watch Jomez when live disc golf wasn't really a thing or something I would want to pay for. But it's now live does so well. But Jomez, I think that's going to be huge for FPO. I think there's going to be a lot of people who'll be able to see this that don't normally go ahead and watch it. Who would be like, oh yeah, you know how YouTube does it, the recommended, or they set it up in the credits, the end credits there, where you can set it to go either most recent upload or what you think the viewer will like, or whatever it is. Anybody who runs a YouTube channel knows exactly what the hell I'm talking about. If not, that's a little behind the scenes inside baseball talk right there, where you can set that up. That's where those cards come from. Ooh, that could be really good. Where at the end of MPO Front 9, they're like, hey, do you want to watch, let's take LVC for an example here. LVC comes out, and MPO round 1 is out, and you're just sitting there waiting. You're like, oh, okay. Oh, hey, it says FPO round 1. Let's see what happened. It's Paige Pierce, Katrina Allen, Kristen Tatar, and Evelina Salonen. Hey, maybe it's something you'll watch. Maybe it'd be something interesting. Jake says, I rewatch old events, but never have been a post-pro guy first jump. Yeah, I mean, it's I honestly think like disc golf is kind of weird, but also you have to remember where we came from, where live was just not a thing. Gomez started with Jonathan Gomez and a cell phone. Like bottom like as cheap as you can get basically. He just had a phone and he filmed around and hey, now he's paying $500,000 over 2 years to film MPO. And obviously he thinks that's worth it, so he's definitely making the money on that one. So yeah, that's a pretty hefty chunk of change right there. One more thing that I'm going to talk about before I dive into the last topic. So this will be, I guess, the second to last topic here. This was sent to me by a buddy of mine from Kickstarter. It is from Essential Discs. They are doing, they have the honey putter from back in the day. The Gateway used to make their discs. Now they're going out on their own, and they have started their own Kickstarter. They have their own company, and they're trying to raise, how much money was this again? They are trying to raise $70,000 in the next 56 days as of the time of recording. As it stands right now, they have 26 backers with $3,414 and a goal of $70,000. Now, I don't usually do Kickstarters or anything like that. I thought it was interesting. They're Essential Discs. They've got 7 coming out. A distance driver, the Solara, an understable fairway, the Oxygen, an overstable fairway, the Rain, the understable mid is a Breath, the stable mid is Harmony, overstable mid is the Purpose, and the true putting putter, their words, not mine, is the Peace. Seems pretty cool. They are trying to raise their money to be able to, they already have everything designed. They have apparently gone out and thrown 3D printed versions of their discs. And what they're trying to do is get more space for production. And they plan to have most of these delivered in April 2023. So real close. I don't know how the timing on that works out. Apparently they're plastic. They give some comparisons to Latitude 64 Gold Line and MVP Plasma. That is what they're going with. I don't know. I thought it was pretty interesting what they're doing. They have a bunch of different levels. I am not backing this at this time. Full disclosure. Not that I'm against it. I am honestly very leery of Kickstarters in general. But yeah. That's interesting here. So yeah, check it out if you want. It's on Kickstarter. Just search Essential Discs. It is the full line of Essential Discs for disc golf. In the works since 2015, our new plastics are ready to present to the world with a full lineup of discs. Now, it's I listened to what they said. They have a few different techniques that they're going to use versus what all the rest of the companies do. And honestly, like Latitude, what they do is different than what a lot of other people do. Latitude does a lot of things with robots and automatically weighing things, where Innova does it by hand. And that's why you have insane variations run to run, where I like Latitude for the consistency. Now, I mean, if that's what you want, that's what you want. They're doing something slightly different. It'll be interesting to see how that turns out. Not a sponsor or anything like that. Jake says, going back to our Jomez topic, weird spot for Jomez because he was the most talented. He has the most talented crew, but never worked directly with the Pro Tour. Yeah, but they also shoot a different style where live versus post-produced. They do have a very, very talented crew there. I'd be curious to see what happens. I honestly, we've seen what Jomez has done this year and how they're pivoting to putting league and the behind the scenes stuff and following tours and all that, and following touring pros and doing all that fun stuff. I'll be curious to see if Jomez is still around as we know it in the next 3 to 5 years. to be completely honest. I don't know. I'll be curious to see if they renew this contract to cover lead guard, if they think it's going to be worth it financially. It'll be interesting. I don't know. That's for people who are further in the know than I am. But I guess I will. Excuse me there. Yeah, I guess I will get into the last topic here. Sciatic. It's a pain in the ass. But seriously. So, I did have a message, or I did get a comment on a video talking about sciatic pain. There is an article up on Disc Golf Healthy about some things you can do. So, generally speaking, sciatic pain, I am not your doctor. If you have any sciatic pain or anything, go talk to a doctor, athletic trainer, physical therapist, whatever. Chiropractor, I don't care. Sciatica can be caused by a couple different things, including some tight muscles in your butt or disc issues in your back. So if it is related to disc issues, do not take any of it. Just go to your doctor, go to the chiropractor, go to physical therapy. This will not, don't. No, bad. So, with this, if it's kind of that numbness, tingling, potentially burning sensation down the back of your leg. That's your sciatic nerve and all the distributions. What causes that if it's not disc pain? Well, you have a muscle in your butt called the piriformis. In some people, that muscle is kind of split in two. There is one way that I usually describe it. I am not making that hand gesture on YouTube because I like my channel. And the nerve kind of can run between it, and that's a small percentage. That's like 15-20% of people, tops. Otherwise, it runs underneath it. Now, your piriformis muscle, if that muscle is tight, it pinches down on it, sends all that pain down your leg, down into your foot, and all that area. No bueno at all. What you have to do is stretch the muscle. As a side note, you don't stretch nerves. Nerves hate to be stretched. Absolutely hate it with a burning passion. In fact, it feels like burning when you try to stretch it. So, what you want to do is whether it's the pigeon pose or where you're laying on your back and you have the one leg that you want crossed over your knee, kind of like you're sitting in a chair. So if you're thinking about sitting in a chair, cross one leg over the other, put your ankle on top of your knee. That will give you a stretch. You can lean forward. If you're sitting in your chair, you can lean forward. Or you can do the same kind of thing, laying on your back, on your bed, on the ground, on wherever, and wrap your hand behind your knees of the straight leg and just kind of pull towards you. And you'll feel that stretch in your butt. What you can also do on top of that, or separate to that, is get a tennis ball and roll out on your butt. It's going to hurt, but in the end, you're going to feel a lot better. There is going to be videos coming. I promise the Disc Golf Healthy YouTube channel will be growing and doing things and getting better. But right now, just running out of time in my life. I think that is about it. Trying to think if there's anything else I need to cover. I don't think so. And of course, while I've been streaming this whole time with no issues, now Twitch is saying, your stream is unstable. You're unstable, stupid head. But I think that does it for now. So, thank you all for watching. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, screams of pain, let me know in the comment section down below on YouTube. Tweet at me, direct message me, Instagram, Twitter, @Joe's Disc Golf. Happy to answer any questions to the best of my ability. The meaning of life is 42. Go look it up. Trust me on that one. Other than that, I think this is about it. So, remember, if you get a great tree kick, to thank Jesus, and if you get a bad tree kick, you need to repent and reflect because you have transgressed against Jesus. So thank you all for watching, and as always, I've been Joe, you've been awesome, and I can't wait to talk to you all in the next video.